three generations: Generation X, Millennials, and Generation Z, each of a different time and each with their own distinctive representative film and television of and for ages from 18 to 25 that carries the heartbeat of the generation within its stories. Generation X showcase movies like The Breakfast Club and Heathers, opposing the materialistic climb of the older generations, instead reveling in grunge. Shaped by the end of the Cold War, Gen X felt like a footnote to the massive population of baby boomers before them, and were considered to be a generation that was lost. During their adolescent years, they were coined the TV generation, as they were depicted negatively with rebellious extremes and colorful hair. Generation X saw the end of the nuclear family. Millennials, roughly 95 million in population compared to X's 65. Movies like Clueless, Titanic, and The Matrix. They grew up in the flourish of the internet and social media and lived through crises such as 9/11. Characterized by idealized media, millennials grew up watching TV and movies where their adolescence was romanticized, maybe even to a fault, casting actors who were nearly 30 to play high school students. Millennials consume through streaming services such as Netflix instead of cable like Gen X before them. Generation Z, represented by movies such as Booksmart and 8th Grade. Since we were born, we've been completely exposed to technology and media, from daily cartoons to YouTube to social media. 70% of Gen Z youth consider anxiety and depression to be a major problem in their generation, issues which can likely be partially attributed to this constant influx of media expectations and information. Television, too, captures Gen Z with programs like Euphoria. 2/3 of Euphoria's audience is made up of viewers aged 18 to 34 who crave to see themselves represented in a real, unfiltered light. The intersection of technology and life events like continual mass shootings and a global pandemic has led to Gen Z's usage of humor, art, and media to cope. We define the rifts in generations by mass changes of attitude, monumental events, and the changes they forge in society. Each generation reaches a point when they no longer let the generation before them decide who they are. Media serves as an anchor for who we were, who we are, and who we will be. Perhaps all generations are alike, learning from those before them and making do with global circumstances. Movies and television can be used to distinguish us, but at their core they bring us together, helping us to find ourselves, those around us, and our collective place in the world.